the stream going. And okay, we are counting up, so hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Bloody Otaku. Just waiting to log in, and today, well, it's a day I probably wouldn't have been doing. And there we go. Because I originally refused to do this quest line because of how they actually set up the item level requirements for the first chain. I need to circle the sending. Right. And yeah, I think things might be problematic because yeah, I haven't unlocked Flight in Elpis. Missing 60 currents and I haven't done any of the quests. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, it's gonna be fun actually trying to do this bloody quest line because, Alright, before that, well, we don't have to go to the gold source for anything, but we are going to go for some more, to get some more MGP. And behind. And anyway the wind blows, and that is probably in progress. Right, purchase 3 cat pot. Oh, it's either this way or that way. And it's neither. Right, so 7. Yeah, so we're not going to get any prizes, any good prizes there. But yeah, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be starting on the Pandaemonium quest line. So we need to actually do 2 things. So it's just to get it off just to make sure that I don't have any of these markers. So we need to head to Old Charlian. I think we need to go down to... Yeah, we need to go down to Scholar's Harbour. And speak with the Wandering Minstrel. Yeah, we have that. We also have the Crystal from Beyond, which is where we need to go. I don't even think I've actually... Yeah, I haven't even started the... Yeah, so we've got Heartless Hypothesis, which is the Omega Beyond the Rift quest line. Greetings my friends, if you have a tale to share, the mission is all ears. Barbaricia! Good gods, a battle in the void? You certainly wasted no time seeking out newfound adventure. By all means, regale me with the thrilling details. A world without death, where the strong devour the weak. And a woman touched by darkness who possesses the power to seal voids then. Fascinating stuff indeed. This archfiend Barbaricia, as cruel as she is ravishing, though she is fearsome enough by your account, cannot help but wonder, what if she had devoured more of the great worm's ether? How terribly bright might her soul have shone then? Fighting to devour, devouring to fight. Should a day come when this wheel is broken, would a voice greet her end with a wail of anguish? Would she heave a sigh of relief? Whichever it may be, it is ironic to think a soul who has sought freedom and for so long should end up being imprisoned in cold crystal. Farewell, for like this world, 'tis in such a world. Yeah, Storm's Crown Extreme. To say, 'cause I'm only doing this just to get the marker of the Wandering Minstrel off. Right, so now we've actually got this done. It's time to head to the Valdesian Annex. Gigi. Gigi nods at you, as if she was expecting your arrival. Let's not concern ourselves with that. And then Gigi. Assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the telescope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it, however, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye, Euphoria. Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Yeah. At Euphoria. And yes, I am actually going to be doing this as a healer. Right, so let's get our fairy out. Welcome to my humble laboratory. I'm sure Gigi has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I'm Claudian, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since Gigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater an honor than to meet the first one in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. I really think you need to speak to your stoner about that. The professor speaks often at length of your deeds. He has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, But for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her and perhaps crack this conundrum to stump the three of us for moons. It was we who appeared into the fathomless sea from the Antitower in the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Heidelin and learned of the fate that would befall this star. The final days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the oscilloscope did we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we'd recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amid the sudden upheaval. Thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets. And now we would have you see it for yourself. Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. Yes, that looks familiar. Memory abides within this crystal. The truth. But I thought, you do know what this is. Please, tell me everything. I see. Yessians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. No. No. It's plain that this crystal was special somehow. This revelation surpasses even my Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages. Memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storied stones passed from master to student. The comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. I see memories, slender through which we gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who then could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? Yep. He's in a world of his own. Professor Claudian! Yes? I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. We have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? You should have kicked him in the shins. Yes, of course, I get there. It's all about the tides of rumination. Maybe I should have just kicked you in the happy sacks. Okay, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. Anyone, message. Come. Pandaemonium, please. Faces, grave threat. Star, in danger. Well, that expression does not bode well. What did you see? We're in deep shit. Pandaemonium. It's a word I have heard before. It's not a word I have heard before. My knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me well. It means all demons. Whatever, because I wasn't quick enough to actually read the rest of it. If the event at another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, we'll have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. And I entrust their procurement to you. There are more memories to be extracted from this crystal. We will find them. The person I would have you seek, the one who has still... the crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. That is the case, and discerning the nature of this Pandaemonium would require a trip far into the past, to the era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. Well, of course it's us. Must confess the tales people tell of your adventures beg of belief, and their veracity is a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandaemonium is, and if we need to be concerned by this message. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and maybe meet again soon to share our findings. Oh, Unending Journey. The EU community livestream. Turn on the main light. There. So we have to go to journey to the ocular and approach the portal. So yeah, we're heading back to the Crystarium. And yeah, Asmodeus, the first circle, is actually on our book. Oh, great. And I have to scroll down 5.5 miles to reach the teleport button for goddamn the Crystarium. Yeah, because this stuff is gather and craft the stuff, which I can't do because I haven't done much in the way of that. Hang on, did we actually... Oh, Lakeland Necklace. Is that all we got? Oh, that's right, because I only picked out gear that I actually needed. Alright. Enter the ocular. Okay. If receives this message. Come, Pandaemonium, quickly. Ouch! I think we dropped on top of someone. Oh, yeah, we're back in Elpis. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but not for the briefest moment. I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. She told me a falling star would appear before me. I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. Ah, yeah, and we are now back in Elpis. Ah, Themis. Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis' observers. Rather, I am come here on assignment, which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. Must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here. Or any place I know, for that matter. Ah, Mazim's familiar. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at her disposal. If you are here at Azim's behest, I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. This is to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive. But you must understand, this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I'd very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandaemonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis, but is overseen by the words of La Brea. Houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and are highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Yeah, they kept their most dangerous creations underneath Elpis. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandaemonium ceased. I am here as representative of an organisation that works directly with the Convocation, and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Now, there is some measure of transparency between us. Might I offer a suggestion as to where we... Alright. Yeah, 'cause I think the Materia 9 and 10 market has taken a massive dump. Yeah. Where familiars there? Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandaemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would loathe to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandaemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organisation were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words. Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you. While I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Brea for entry into Pandaemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at that place. Speak with the words of La Brea speaker. Yeah, and this is actually going to be the fun part because we do not have flight. So, which means once we actually gain, because we actually have to, Because literally, Pandaemonium is around about here. The entrance. So literally, to gain access to Pandaemonium, we are going to have to teleport over to here, Oikos. We are then going to have to go over to here, which is where Catesis Hyperborea is. Then we're going to have to go over to here and then walk all the way across over to here. Fun times! Oh, it's a Hyperborea speaker. What a fascinating Etheric signature. In accordance with the Convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandaemonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandaemonium as you please. Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the city, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the Warden's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work within Pandaemonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of Hyperborea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandaemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intent and purposes, the place is the dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandaemonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master Hyperborea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late. The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master Hyperborea would have acted if there were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears Hyperborea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries in asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master Hyperborea. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell you. And I'm actually going to lock my Windows key. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master Hyperborea is not known for being generous with his time. That one must have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is at the Convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandaemonium. The nearest that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Lithe. Let's delay no further. Unfortunately, it's going to take me a while to get there. Yeah, because, yeah, that is where we need to go. And there's no Aetherites between here and... No, there's no Aetherites over there. So, as I said, I'm actually going to have to go to Point and Oikos and walk, because I cannot fly. Though I could have actually unlocked flight before I tackled this. I've actually done this on another character, and they don't have flight either. So, oh, good, a doggo. That'll actually be better to deal with this. Right, so onwards and upwards. I don't think we have to actually go far for the first teleporter. Right, and number 2 is actually over that way. So, roulette if you please. No. I would rather something that, had legs. Oh dear. Yeah, we're gonna have to play, good, he started off. Oh, too far away. And now we got to the second point. Roulette, please. Give me another. Oh, a floating magic hand is better than anything. Okay, we need to head around and yeah, I think on Tuesday the first thing I really need to do is right. Okay, if you'll excuse me, why can I not? Thank you. Sorry I'm late, feminists. A few things came up. Teleport to Pandaemonium. It is as much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity was not nearly so grave or important as I had imagined. Alas, 'Twas a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandaemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it. But let us at least be grateful that neither of us here is alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceful solution, then I hope I can rely on your strength to see us through. This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. At least you receive it with good humor. Rest assured, I do not mean to stand idly while you risk life and limb. Hope to be able to lend you at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as a basis for illusionary allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do, not exactly an army, but by the looks of it, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so it shall be. Now, what, I wonder, awaits us in Pandaemonium? Yep, and it should just go... Asmodeus, the first circle, now accessible. Right, since this is... oh, excuse me. This is all recent content, I should be able to actually... I shouldn't be waiting that long to get to get a group. But then again, healer queues... So once we are done with Asmodeus, I will need to go tend my island. Oh, look what we have here. Oh, I'll save them. I must. Oh dear. It appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you could bring him to his senses. Yep. condemned. Electronios. Right. Four, three, two, one, go. Ah. Oh, ether. Other side. Reset the dots. Orders wrath. Right, let's get the regen on the go. Yeah, oh, reset. Sailed by ice and flame. That. Right, now we have to move over. And back. Was that, wasn't it? Yeah, pay blessing. Shining soul. Get a shield up, and I need mana. Okay, we need to run over to this side. Then we need to step over here. No, I think. Right. Surprisingly, yeah. We actually haven't had to do much in the way of right. So hot spell, we need to stand over here. Yep. Heal and right, I think I'm just gonna break out Seraph Grit Shins. Over here, standing on the fire. And that's you. And we're done. I'm just gonna pass on all of this because this is actually gonna be, I think, lower item level than what I actually. And I'm just gonna con the tank on this one. So I would normally con the healer, but wow, no comms. That's a thrilling display, and if I may say, so be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I'd anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I'll be very curious as to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. He stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. I am Eric Phonios, warder of Aspedios, Pandaemonium's higher layer, and the place we are now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandaemonium? The creations eternal of an Aspedios have been set free and stalk its halls to no end but violence. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandaemonium is under the charge of a key ward. who keep strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They are selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master Laha Brer is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury. Dead blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see, your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface, you must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors. So Pandaemonium's protectors are indeed being dismantled from within. By the self-same individual, or individuals that released his captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Feminist, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of convocation. Were they to receive word of what had transpired here, what measures would they take? Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandaemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought, were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of Laha Brer would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I will not leave them behind. You would go alone? I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same, Femis. I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the convocation until I have been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Alephonios, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we made an exhaustive survey. So, for the time being, there is slightly more than result to rely upon. I knew you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend. Which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So you agree to help? For the moment, our goals align. Protective magics of Pandaemonium yet hold. So for the moment, time is in our favor. Let us proceed on the course that you have. You owe you a great debt already. You should be glad to have someone familiar with Pandaemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates in case any have followed you out. Right. More materia. Eriphonios, under the surface. Eriphonios is peering into the depths of Pandaemonium. Well, the sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor water has made it this far. You should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the waters and creations both? Naturally, although they may be dangerous, they are valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labour, our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Ah, so you have met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandaemonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility. That is to say, La Habrea's predecessor is in the position of Chief Keyward. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. It was she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I did not know that there was a chief keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subject is not entirely driven by the duty to the words. Then you wish to preserve the work of your mentor. You've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that, however. I am a mere warder. Yeah, and I actually missed the rest of that. Ah, but of course, I can't expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use interment. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft. Actually, La Habrea himself established their formation. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Indeed, while the illusory beings you summoned in our fight suggested as much, I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment. I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast said spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of interment and its inner workings, perhaps. Oh, leave the fighting to me. You two can figure out the rest. I dare say we can do just that. Elixonius, you implied that what prevented you from performing interment was lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I cannot say for certain. I never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their motions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well. Let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures. But I suppose there is the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature in an dispatch on her own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I may have an idea on that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subjects, however, in Asmodeus are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. Then that shall be our first target, or perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magic, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. Well, of course. Beating the crap out of things is my specialty. As eternal as ever. Once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keyword's magic. Till then, my illusion shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it'll be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. Well, obviously. As for Dios, the second circle now accessible. Now, answer on a postcard, please. Are we going to actually get the same result when we queue for the second circle? I wasn't expecting to get an insta-queue the second time. But, there we go. I think that's the only... Yeah, that is the only step we have. Yeah, because there isn't... Because we only had the Bowel of Embers Extreme, which is the only thing we can actually do solo. Well, I think we actually have a yeah. Okay. Does anybody have a pack of cards? Yeah, and all of this is probably, this is probably all Pandaemonium raids. I don't know why they have 3 people in here. Wait, there's a Alliance raid I don't have on. Oh. I think that's the one in, that's either in Bosja or... It's either in Bosja or, yeah. This looks like it's gonna take a while. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of annoyance to get rid of. Right. Yeah, average wait time 5 minutes. Time elapsed 6 minutes. Very funny. Let's see. Yeah, there's a few things I need to dispose of, but I think I'm gonna need to grab a bite to eat, which I can actually do very quickly. You. Pringles! no Pop-Tarts on this channel. Well, now that I've had my fill, let's head to my island. As I have a feeling we are going to be waiting a while. so let's I think I'm gonna have to pick up some limestone. So let's actually get yeah, 'cause that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Alright. I'm not gonna do that until Tuesday, right, so right, but at what cost? Right, so we can at least start the second circle. Lord Unsundered, Asphidios, the second circle. Yep. There's our unhinged fancy hippo. Mythic creation, the hippocampus. let's get our Reaper going. Hang on. Change stratagem. Here. Let's get a regen going. Alright, stack Doritos. Actually, yeah, right, let's just do Adlo on myself. Yep. Right, let's just reset the ether again. Yep, let's just stand here. No. Did I actually manage to get that cast off before it before the fight ended. And the two stooges here have to go clean someone else's mess. And it's done. Oh, lovely, and they all exited, and yeah, thanks for that. That should get us back to knew that you are no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work at Hippocampus. Seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandaemonium, let alone display their skills. Archery takes all forms, indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in notable part thanks to you two. Nemesis' power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that almost made it feel like a proper Narcos. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand, I beg to disagree. Shackles is one exception. It's only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other medics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side. To guide me to you, we may prove the impossible possible after all. The fires of creation. Assessing ceiling where they hit canvas is certainly heartening. Yet to see another war that concerns me. Your orders are Asphodelios is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what orders he could and retreated to a safe area. But let's hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical prowess. There's a lot more you can share. Of course, a man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelios. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic. I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, key wards are not only masters of interment, they can also bend the hallways of Pandaemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I'm certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus amid upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we'll do well to seek him out as soon as we can. Yeah. Safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelios. From there, they could flee to Abyssos if hard pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the outer circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphidios, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix, last I checked. Phoenix, I've heard this name before, a fiery bird with life eternal. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, this perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall, truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and Laha Brea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. He was hardly the only one. The Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at a concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandaemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility. Save for Laha Brea in his words. When I received word that at long last Laha Brea had succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandaemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe it did. Research of the words of Laha Brea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. But enough reminiscing, we must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandaemonium, we will make the assumption at our own peril. Best to assume that we'll need to bring Asphidios' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. Problems? Oh, there it is. And hello? What? Yeah, you and me both. Yeah, time to evoke GTFO. It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We faced an uphill battle. Impossible! If those were creation methods at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. Right, and this should be third circle. Boing. Asphidios, the third circle, now accessible. Alright, pop quiz. Are we gonna get the insta-queue, or are we gonna have to do some more retirement sim? Retirement sim it is. Back to the island. Right, let's head to my island. Alright. I mean, we don't have to worry about, yeah, because I think we only got as far as, right, so we are 6-hour walk, 22 islands sat short. We're a lot more short on that than, yeah, I think we actually only got to, right, so, so, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, you... Right, so all of that's been sorted out. Ah, right, okay, so we do have a... buildings to sort out. Ah, construction complete. So we need to complete this part, the perfect paradise. We don't actually have to upgrade all of the facilities. So we can just leave them at level 1 and then just... I keep forgetting, we actually have a specialist sprint here. Okay, so we actually have stuff to do. So I'm gonna quickly you're right over there, Eos. Seem to be a little stuck. Don't know how you managed to get over that side. Right, and feed. Hang on. There we go. Considering the amount of time I'm having to wait for MSQ gathering. Right, so complete expansion of the Pasha. Yeah, and there we go. That is the last phase of the Pasha expansion complete. So we got a fair amount of space for animals, animals. And it should, yeah, it should now give us the extra tools. So I'm going to quickly gather up all of these. Yeah, agricultured. So what I can actually do now is, once we have all of this done, these should still be excessively waterlogged from the rain of a few minutes ago, before I got pulled into punch a fantasy hippo. Right. Yeah, because those would all be dry because they weren't. The construction wasn't completed before the rain stopped. So pasture expanded, or cropland expanded, I should say. Oh no, return. Right. So let's and let's get so now we actually have all of this. We can actually so now we can actually do right, so these I shouldn't have to worry too much about. I might actually get the crop workers tools so that you can actually properly take care of yeah, because these are not showing up as needing water because they're already at the full amount of water saturation. So I might have to break this this down into several more parts because yeah, we're 10 minutes in and we haven't queued. So So I might have to end up, dropping P3N. Yeah, I think at this rate we're actually going to have to leave the 4th raid until next week. Astrodios, the 3rd circle. Oh yeah, that's right, I had to get rid of all of that Pandaemonium, all of that trash I now have in my pocket. Right. Oh lovely, 15 seconds. Why, how jolly of you just to waste half of the bloody galvanized cast. Oh, we actually have oh. Oh. Just get that heat flow going. Darkened fire. Who has the markers? One. 56. slow. Let's just keep this fire going. Ouch! Right, oh. Right, no, blade. Whoa! Right, I'm actually gonna stand here. There we go, and let's get our, This is starting to get a... This is starting to build a pattern here. Let's try this again. Oh, that's good. Wait, left Cinderwing. Oh. Oh, at least we managed to get that done. And here come the two stooges to actually finish off the job. And we're done. Right, let's oh, it was just the tank that was... yeah, just... sort that out, and... Hey... The Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this... arena. As you've told us, there is but one person at Asperius with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. I'm just gonna quickly, he's gone insane in the brain. Ninja, vanish! Right, now that's all cleared. I'm actually not going to be queuing for the force though. Because, well, we're coming up to 8 o'clock and we need to actually have enough materials to hold out, get all of that stuff made. Yep, we are all good. Because now that we've actually got those upgraded to their first stuff, we got the crop workers tools and the partial workers tools. Unfortunately, I don't want to be crafting them at the moment. Right. So we need one extra palm leaf and a crap ton of sap. Hang on, feed. Alright, 12 servings of island sweet feed. Right, so that's our palm leaf that we needed. So we needed 34. Yeah, 'cause we need these. We need to actually go for these leafy trees to get island sap. I think these should also give us Islewort. Yeah, because we are gonna need a lot of so we're down to 14 Isle and 29 Island Sap. There's another piece of Isle. So I mean, this should give us all of the limestone we need. Alright, and yeah, it's just sap and Isle. Alright, so we are regenerating stuff over here, so we should be able to go back and start washing trees again for sap. Alright. Yeah, so I mean, 'cause we need less Isle wart than we do Island sap. Right, so we're down to 9 Isle wart needed. Alright. Yeah, I think this is... things end and where we can just do an orbit and wash down trees. Okay, that's only a apple tree. Anywho. Oh, and we missed the tree over here. Well, I wonder how many island logs we're gonna, how many island logs we're gonna have in inventory after all of this. Down to 3 I'll walk 14 sap. Running, running, running. Alright. Down here. Alright, so I think we're down to 2 Islewort. And 9 sap. So another rotation of this area should get us all the resources we need. Right, so I think we should be over what we need for Wart. Yeah, we're just 4 short on sap. So I think another... Yeah, because all of those have regenerated, so another... run around gathering all those trees should give us a rather good excess of sap. I don't need to worry about the sprint because it's on a 5-second cooldown. I think we should already be at... Oh, we should actually be beyond what we require for manufacturing all the produce I've queued. But I am actually gonna go around to the far edge of the area where you can get all of these trees. I think we're about done. Yep, there's one more over here. Boop. And that should be us well in... Right, so we have 27 palm leaves, where we only need 20. We have 46 Islewort, where we need 42. We have 67 island sand, where we only need 22. 41 island sap, where we got 45 in stores. 11 limestone, when we have 15. 10 palm leaves, we have 61. And 22 island parsnips, when we have only 24 in inventory. But now that we actually have four groups of plots. Alright, hang on. Yeah, can we actually build the crop workers tools? Yeah, palm, copper, tin sand, hemp. No, I need you. Palm logs, copper ore, tin sand, and hemp. Nope, we don't need any of those for this. So I can actually manufacture the crop workers tools. Right. Hang on. We have a bit of crap on my buttons. There. Right. And that a set of size crop workers tools I see there? You can prepare, but no, just because you have the tools, it doesn't mean you don't you need to use them, and that is absolutely not a phrase I learned to avoid doing. I learned to avoid doing work when you consider. Yeah. So what it is so each so each producer requires a daily fee of 5 seafarers' calories to provide gardening services, which will be collected at the time of request and at 9 AM Earth time each day thereafter. Daily fees are only charged once. A team of Mets will sow seeds, water plants, and collect a yield of up to 50 per crop. Entrust the producer with the care of the following crop. Various calories from insufficient yields have reached a maximum of 50. So what it is it's 5 seafarers calories per grow bed, as it were. Alright, let's see, yeah, I can unlock it with the mic, with everything down. So, we have 20 plots at 5 seafarers calories, which is 100 seafarers calories per day. I'm actually going to be off for 5 days, so that's going to be 500 seafarers calories. So I can't actually leave this in the trust. Hang on, I actually screwed up there. There. I can't actually leave everything in the trust of the Mets without issue. So let's just quickly then all I have to do is because these have only been put in so what I'll probably do on Saturday is I'll probably go and collect some more cabbage seeds. Alright. So I can actually purchase seeds here. Oh, no, it's arberry, onion, tomato, wheat, corn, and radish. We can't actually pick up, yes, I mean, it's only going to be one every 2 days, so we won't need that much, so I just have to keep an eye on the animals. So let us head to Yulmore and let's get this wrapped up. Yes, I mean, because this lot is actually going to be useless at the moment. Actually, let's see. the mark is not as crap as I had thought. 384. Some are a bit low, but money is money. Okay. So, yeah, let's exit out of there, and we have to wait for the game to straighten itself out and actually there. So yeah, that is going to be it for today. The next scheduled stream is going to be on Tuesday the 20th at, well, starting any time between 5 and 6 p.m. UK time. Where we will have P4N to complete. Plus, we will probably be diving straight into Abyssus and the second set of the Pandaemonium raids. So, I will catch you on the Tuesday where we will be continuing to sort out all the agents' trash.